What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, or this week's video, is going to be a little different than the previous. We're taking a break from the Z for this video. We've got some stuff coming in, but this one, we're going to go ahead and dive into something that is pretty complicated, but is going to be probably a life-saving video for somebody else. 98 to 2002 Lexus GS and similar cars. There's a problem with cars, these Lexuses that are either losing keys or whatever. They're not able to get new keys added to them, and it's actually killing these cars, from what I've been told. I don't know the whole story, but I know where I'm at with one right now, and I'm gonna get you up to speed pretty quickly. This is Marcus's GS300 ECU. Once upon a time ago, he had a transmission issue with his ECU, so he had to replace his ECU. And this little chip right here that we have all these wires hooked up to, this one right here, this is called an IC900. It's a EEPROM. That EEPROM holds all the key data, right? So all your immobilizer data, your key information, so like your two master keys and your valet key, all the immobilizer data is stored on that chip. So if you have an ECU go bad, you have to desolder that chip and move it to a new board and put it down. I've already done that to this board. Normally what you would do in this situation is you would actually just go to Toyota, and then they would use their tools to fix it, which is called TechStream. He tried using TechStream both at his shop, I believe, as well as from a Toyota Master Tech, and they couldn't access it either. So he's kind of SOL. He's tried to have the dealer fix it, but the dealer has already told him that the only way that they will do it is if they have a new ECU, of which obviously they can't source. What we're going to do in this video is actually tackle that EEPROM, and we're going to set it to a blank state, or as they call it, virginize the ECU. So let's recap a little bit what we did, where we are. This wiring here simulates a kind of a serial cable in a way. So we got some data lines and stuff, and it hooks up to this, and then we have a USB which is giving that chip 5 volts. The only downside that we're experiencing right now is that we are currently backfeeding the board as a result, which means that you can't actually just tap into it like this and get much of anything out of it. There's some reports that if you short the crystal that it will work, but in this particular board we have 3 of these crystals, and if you try to do it with all of them, it doesn't do anything. If you try to do them separately, it doesn't do anything either. So if you're doing GS board, you have to pull this off. Now, before we do anything in terms of trying to pull that chip off the board again, which I'm going to tell you right now, if you're going to take that chip off, get a hot air station. You can't desolder it, you won't get it. You have to heat them all up evenly, and you got to pull that thing off nicely. I've already ripped a pad off one of these. So what do we got? Let's talk about how we're going to tackle the technical challenge, which is being able to read and write that EEPROM with a computer. So there's a couple things we're going to caveat before we even start this, and that is, number one, if you're watching this and you are attempting to do this yourself, you're at your own risk. I'm at my own risk. Marcus knows this is kind of a last-ditch effort for him. He's ready to go buy another car to steal it for parts because he's that desperate. What really needs to happen here is we need to keep everything except the key data, put that chip on there. So the setup we have here with the wiring, in theory, you're supposed to hook it up to they call it a Pentium 4 computer, which it's just a serial connection. Somebody said that a FTDI serial to USB interface wouldn't work. I don't know why it wouldn't. When we tried this on the board, it wasn't working. So what we're going to do here now instead, we're going to take the wires off the board here, and we're going to hook them up to this one and see if we can get a read on it instead. So I'm going to get started here and see what we can figure out. All right, so we're just iron's getting hot, and I have a diagram that I've marked out for these wires here, which you probably can't really see, but trust me, it is 4 wires. This is how we apply our 5 volts through a USB, which is 5 volts. Now that this is hot, or is getting there, we're going to go ahead and just tap these pads and remove 1 wire at a time. See, just like that, nice and quick. Just, there's those. Done. So this is our harness here. This is a good ECU, so we're going to take this and we're going to set it somewhere else. So now we've got another chip, and this is a 93C56 EEPROM, and it's got a bad pad on it. So let me show you what we're working with here. That guy. So you can see him. It's just a little guy, little tiny guy. Like, put my nail up against it. So now what I'm going to do is I've got some some tweezers. These are some blunt nose tweezers, and I'm going to hold it on the sides and try and take the that pad off real quick just to get it clean, and then we're going to start attaching these wires. It's been a process just to get to this point with that little cable harness thing, and it's kind of annoying. This should be easy. I'm going to get some alcohol. I'm going to clean this thing because I can't find pin 1 very easily. So let me see if I can find pin 1. We'll go from there. We're going to start with doing some tinning if we can. It's going to be kind of hard to do this without having a circuit board for it. I don't want it on a board. That's the whole point here. This is not an easy thing to do in this regard, I don't think. Let's see if we can get this guy. I think I got it. This might just be a delicate operation here. This is why having a tester might be ideal, because trying to get this to be this easy to solder is going to be a pain. There we go. Now we can see all kinds of shit. Some of the strands are there. We're getting better at this now. Okay, well that just broke loose. Okay, it's on there now. Let's do the ground. Alright, 2's on. Now we just need to do the same thing for 4 more. And these are even smaller, I think. Little one came off. Green one came off. This sucks. Jesus, I've already been at this for an hour just trying to solder the damn thing. It won't go. I'll check back in a bit. Alright, so the chip is connected. Not the most solid thing in the world, so we gotta be very, 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 very careful. But we got power here, and we got serial here. So let's unplug this for the time being and see if we can make this work. We have our program Pony Prog over here. Test failed. This is annoying. So we'll probably wait till tomorrow when we get the programmer. So we'll come back tomorrow. Alright, so it's the next day. As you can see, we've desoldered the chip from our makeshift cable here for good reason. It wasn't working. And that means that we have to move with plan B, which is actually like plan C or something in this case. And that is one of these guys. This is it says USB high-speed programmer for 24, 25, and 93 series chips. I don't want to say just EEPROMs because I think this does more than EEPROMs, like flash memory. But when you have a chip that is an EEPROM or something that you need to write, this is how it works. Is it takes one of these. So what you do is you put the chip in like that, and you take this guy and you stick them in, and then you can plug this guy directly into your computer, and then the software allows you to access it directly once you have it installed. There's one problem though. It's on a CD, and it's 2025, which means we don't have CD writers. Also note that this is a Chinese branded rewritable disc. So somebody burned the software onto a disc and sent it with that, which I guess is nicer than not having the disc, but like I said, it's 2025 and no computers have CD drives anymore. Not my laptop, not my work laptop, not my main computer, not my backup computer, none of my servers, nothing has a disk drive. So I'm going to plug this in, hook it up, and get this hopefully installed. There might be some challenges, but whatever. And then we're going to see if we can read that EEPROM. And if we can, I think we might be in business. Okay, so I'm going to warn you, I already got a little ahead of myself, but that's because I wanted to make sure that what I'm about to spew is not bullshit, because I'm trying to help people fix these cars, right? It's kind of the MO here. Teach you how to do this crap in English so that you can do this too. To start, obviously, we've got the IC900 chip here. Right here, right? This little guy. If you're trying to follow this at home, I'm gonna tell you right now, so far this seems to be working. The wiring thing, no, not even gonna try it, especially the GS. So we're gonna get to desoldering the board here in a minute before we get into anything else, but let's talk about the devices, these little, right? So there's two different things, there's a couple different things actually that come with an EZP programmer, right? You got one with a big honker, it's got like a ton of pins on it, it's got like 8 on each side. Don't need that. Just set that aside, you don't need it. You'll get two that look like they're gonna work because they're 4 on each side, but one of these you'll notice has a larger footprint. The larger footprint one, right, you can see, is not it. You have one small one, and on the back of this, put my eyeballs on it, this one is an SOP16, DP16. I want to say this is sub 200 millimeter, could be wrong, but you'll know it because the bigger one, the chip won't fit in. Then you got to figure out where exactly position 1 is, which is usually indicated by a dot. This chip's a little goofed, so you aren't going to get that. But once you do, it goes into the top left of the jaw. So it's going to go up into this. That'll go up into this corner. So once you get it, you're going to press down on it and kind of just feed it into the jaw and just make sure that the pins get lined up properly and everything. Once it's there, go ahead and release the jaw, and it'll hold the little guy in like, kind of like that, right? It'll hold that chip in there. And that little chip is your life, right, in terms of keys. There is a write-up out there on hacking, but it doesn't talk about using an EZP. It tells you how to do the wire method, which doesn't actually work for certain situations. So with this one, once you got your thing in this, you can go ahead and slide it into the top ports there. Pull that down so that's in there like so, right? And then you go to the computer, and you have to put in, so I'm trying to do tests on this, and every time I do it, because it calls it a 24 series, it's not a 24 series. This is an Atmel AT93C56 16-bit. When you set this, you're going to go into your chip stuff, and you're going to set this, a 93 EEPROM, Atmel AT93C56 at 16. You should have a size of 156 bytes, which is, it'll say 256 bytes. It'll say 256B. Your page size will be 16. Your speed will be 12 megahertz. So once you do that, you should be able to do a read on it. And when you do, you're going to get data like this. So you're going to get data like you see on the screen here. Now, I know what you're probably thinking right now. That's great and fine and dandy, but what if I don't have a loose chip? Well, there's two ways that you can get to doing this. I'm about to try the easier way, which is using this guy, which is it's a jaw with teeth that in theory you should be able to put directly onto the board, just kind of clamp onto that chip. The guide that I was following was saying that this won't work. However, I kind of just did it to this chip and it did work. So we're going to prove that theory right now. But in the event that this actually doesn't work, I'll show you exactly what you need. This is called a hot air station. So a hot air station is kind of like a soldering iron, but no iron. It blows hot air out of the tip that you can kind of get on a chip, and you kind of just do that, and the hot air itself will melt the solder around it. Once all the solder on all the pads are loose, you can just pick it right up, right? Which is exactly what you want. If you don't know what you're doing, there's some videos out there you can watch in terms of how to do this stuff, but what I've been doing is hot air station, remove the chip, you use flux and one of those wire, it soaks up the excess solder, so you clean the pads free, put a little bit more solder down, or a little bit more flux down, add some solder just to create like new pads for it to land on when you do put it back. So then once you have the chip free, you could stick it in this, do your rewrite edits, whatever, and then drop that chip back on, hit it with a little bit of that hot air station. When the solder melts, the chip will just land in its home. You're done. Super, super, super simple. It takes some practice. You might screw it up, but considering the alternative, which is nothing at this point for these cars, this is something you gotta try. I have ripped up pads on a board. I did buy this hot air station just to do this, but I'm gonna tell you right now, the amount of money I have into doing all this stuff isn't I mean, it's maybe $300. You buy one of these, spend 10 minutes on a computer, maybe buy one of these to desolder it. You might even not even need this. We're going to try that right now on his board that has a chip on it. So you might even just have to buy one of these, plug in the little jaw here, do your virginized process, and then you're good. Okay, so this is the one that Marcus was actually running in his car. This has an IC900 on it, one of those chips, and we were playing with it, right? So if I show you, this is going to be hard to see unless I go grab the other lens, but right here, there's an IC900 chip, right? So let's see if we can get this guy. I use a little magnifying glass just to help me, you know, see, because this stuff's tiny, tiny, tiny. But in theory, that right there should work. And we're gonna just plug her in. Yeah, remember how it went here. Pin 1 goes to the top left on the little machine, and then we lock it down. And we're gonna see if we can just do a read right here, right now. Okay, so it doesn't detect the chip, and I think that the reason why is the same reason why, which is when it applies 5 volts, it's trying to backfeed the board. Yeah, it's not reading it. It detected it for a second, but it didn't read it. So we have to desolder this chip from the GS board if you want it to work. So I gotta get the hot air station set up and try it again, and then we'll get this thing programmed to reset. We got the hot air station over here powered on. We're gonna get it ramped up here, and we're gonna go after this little chip. So let me show you what we're working with here. Right here, this is the IC900. You can see because it says IC900 on it. Take your little thing. You hear it making noise now. I can see over here it's putting out, it says 340. I don't know if that's, I doubt that's Fahrenheit. Could be Fahrenheit, I don't know. I use my Cricut, so these are Cricut brand, Cricut vinyl tweezers because they're spring tensions. So what happens is I could put this sucker on it and just gently pull, or you can use some blunt nose things or whatever. But the idea here is that you're just gonna put some heat on it. You're gonna try and get it to where you're not overcooking the chip, but you're definitely heating up the pads. You might have to do some back and forth action. So let's see if we can do this pretty quickly here. Patience is key. Chips free on one side, both sides are free, just like that. It's easy as it is. So those pads right there, you can kind of see they're kind of got some lumps to them and there's some grossness. So what you do is you get flux. You need flux and you need some solder wick is what it's called. So for this case, I like the big stuff, right? So it's just this consumable copper strand that you can use to soak up, but to prevent the solder from kind of becoming a mess, you use some flux. So right here is your little pad, right? So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna put a little, you know, put a little bit of flux on that, and then you're gonna let your soldering iron just kind of do the work, and it's gonna kind of pull up and turn into a mess. And you're gonna go over those solder things, those pads, with some of this desolder wick, and you're just gonna kind of, you know, suck up as much of that solder. We'll clean up those pads real quick and just be done with that, and get it ready for putting the chip back on when we're done. Go ahead and heat up my flux just so it flows, and then we're just gonna kind of go and we're just letting the wick soak up the solder off the pads so that the pads are clean. So right there, you can see those pads look a lot better now. That's what we're going for. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to put a little more flux on it, and we're going to put a little bit of solder on it just to tin it. So I'm going to just do a little bit here. Nothing super nuts. There you go, just like that. And what you're going to do is you're going to start melting your flux, flow it to where it's around the pads, over the pads. And you're going to put a little bit of solder on your thing here. Just go ahead and just try and get a little on those pads. Ooh, I got a big old snot ball. And then when we're done, we'll clean it one more time with some alcohol just to get all the schmoo off. There you go. Now you can see it. It's right there. Okay, now for obvious reasons, I'm not going to show you what Marcus's actual chip is. We're going to go ahead and plug this guy in. And now we're going to go read it one more time. We got all of our key data. So now we just got to zero out everything except for column 10 and 11, which is 0A, 0B. And I think that's pretty much it. So, because when you look at the pictures of this write-up, you literally zero out the entire thing except valet lockout. I'll put the write-up in the description below if you're doing this yourself. This is obviously something that's not for everybody, but if you can follow this along, desolder your chip, put it in here, clear out everything except the valet lockout, you should be just fine. Or I made a save of the original data of the backup of this chip, and now I'm just going to go through and zero out all the pieces here. Verify all my data is zeroed out except for those. Okay, now we write it. Do a read back just in case. Good to go. Okay, so now we just take the chip, put it back on, hit the hot air station, let it settle. Good to go. Guess I should be good. Maybe I should hit it with the soldering iron right quick. Oh, come on, man. This is why you need a little tube thing that mine's a little gacked up. That went well. Actually. Do one more cleanup here with the alcohol and a Q-tip, and we'll go over to Marcus's and see if this pig works. So we're over here in Marcus's. You're putting it all back together. Is that how it goes?
Yeah, so there's 2 ground screws on the side. Everyone's gonna shit in the comments about me using an impact on an ECU.
Okay. Oh well.
I can't tell you how hyped I am on this.
Dude, if this works, I'm gonna be steezing out myself because I've never done anything like this before.
That's insane. Like, it went from like, I was like, today I was like, ah man, it looks like, you know, I might be buying another car. Like, I'm not gonna press you to do this. And then to me, just like, oh, we're just gonna spend a bunch of money on the 240, to you texting me at 8 o'clock at night.
Wait, you're gonna demonetize them.
I feel like I'm monetized anyways.
Long time no see you too. Wait, no, I was in a couple videos.
Yeah, you were in the drift video. So
You messaged me at 8 o'clock at night, showing me hexadecimals that are wrote to what the write-up said. And then it's like, oh, okay, that's crazy. You're getting that to work. To, hey, by the way, I'm on my way. It's already soldered, ready to go.
it was like an hour.
He showed me, and I said, okay, is he coming over tonight? And he's like, no, he's gonna do it another time. He comes back in like 10 minutes later. Patrick's gonna come over soon.
You should see the video of me because I had my phone. I was just recording it, and it's just the cursor going down 0 0 0 0 over down 0 0 0 0 over down 0 0 0. I'm like, this shit's easy.
Nothing to me, man.
This shit ain't nothing to me, man. I'm a dog.
I'm moving different.
I mean, we're really just following the word of this other dude.
Yeah.
So if it goes through, then great. You know, we look like geniuses. But if it's wrong, we can say that dude led us down the wrong path, you know? We can blame it all on him.
Oh, we're gonna blame shift if this doesn't work, 100%.
Yeah. And then you got new keys, or you got keys that you can use, right?
I've got one brand new key.
Yeah.
We should be able to just program one key from what I'm reading, and then I can add the other keys in later.
This part's out of my hands. This is all Marcus's bag
Of dead keys.
of whatever you want to call it. It's not even mine.
We're gonna use this key.
My job stopped with the chip.
I'm baffled that that was like, you know, it might not be a possibility just off of the factors, and then like if anybody's gonna do it, it's gonna be you.
Yeah.
And then he sent me just a picture of the hexadecimals. I was like, no way, this actually might work.
As long as the information that the guy posted was right, then it should be good. Just zero everything out except for the valley lockout, and you're good.
Let's pull up the, I'm gonna pull up the post real quick to see about
The pairing
pairing
process?
the key process. I went unprepared. Oh yeah, so I need a new radiator. If this works, I need 2 front tires. I need a new radiator, a new alternator, and the negative battery post ripped out of the battery. So if this works, it'll still fire.
You probably still should have bought that car.
Oh shit. Instead I bought $300 in Fregola fittings and vibrant.
Yeah, it's the Cavalier. I feel like the Cavalier doesn't get enough attention. It's always here.
It never gets driven either.
Yeah, but still like damn. Like damn.
Actually, there was one time when Marcus first started drifting, and all of his drift friends came over here. I think it was for his birthday, and they were all came out here and was looking at the Cavalier, and they were like freaking out over it. And I was like,
Yeah, I'm
somebody
telling.
actually likes the Cavalier.
I keep saying it. Like those are big wheels for this car,
Yeah, they are.
right? So
But
to
you
have
have
like
the-
What size are these?
They're 18.
they're 18s or
Yeah,
something.
so
This is disease.
And stock, I think stock's 14.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're running 18s. Your slam is like all get out,
So bad.
static. This isn't air ride, and you drive this thing everywhere you go. When you do drive it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I still remain that this thing goes as hard as any other
It's
car.
also still the most reliable built car that we own.
But that's also because it's wheels and coils and
Yeah, we didn't touch the
Full
engine bay.
exhaust.
The only thing that's modified in the engine bay is an air intake.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah. Good old, and it's an Ecotech, so it'll never die.
Yeah.
So
I love her, but
it doesn't get enough
it
attention.
needs AC, and Marcus said he was going to put AC in it.
Yeah, I've got the condenser out back. I just need to throw it in and go charge it.
Because that's the only reason why I don't drive it during the summertime is it's just too hot.
Should we try the not plugging the immobilizer back in.
That's up to you. I don't know anything about that, so.
I only read one guy said, no, don't plug the immobilizer back in. It'll stay in programming mode forever.
Try it. Because if you turn that key right now and it works, and you grab another key and you turn it and it works, then you're good for life.
I'm still gonna go through the like programming thing briefly, insert any key into the ignition lock cylinder. I just don't want to brick it.
I don't know if you will break it.
Or should I go off the original procedure and then when I send the new ECU out, we try it?
I'd say go off of whatever you want. I don't think that's gonna break it. It'll just not work.
Oh, I'm gonna send the ECU to the guy in Texas and have him refurb it.
The original.
The one that first broke.
Yeah, the original ECU.
So we're leaving the immobilizer unplugged for right now, I guess. Come on, hold it.
Oh yeah, it's not bad.
Ain't no way, no.
What the fuck? Wait.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Woo! I don't even need to program the immobilizer as long as I leave it unplugged. No way, dude.
Did we just solve a problem?
We just solved
We just saved the GS's.
We just saved the second 2GS market from ever having to buy ECUs again. No way that worked. Patrick, you're a G, dude. I owe you. I don't even know. I don't think I can owe you anything. This is an unprogrammed key.
What the hell? Wait.
He didn't even link it.
Wait.
No, I didn't even have to program it. So that one guy that said never plug it back in
He's
was
right.
So this guy just never gets plugged back in. You know what? To make sure of this guy. Adios.
Can I ask a stupid question?
Yeah, there's no stupid questions. I don't even know.
Where's the ECU?
It's right here.
The ECU.
Oh, that whole thing?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
it slides in.
yeah, so there's a little chip on there that, so normally when you have an immobilizer, it has to store the key. So inside the key, there's a little chip.
Yeah.
When you plug it in, it reads it, right? Or when you program it, it reads it. The ring also is a readed thing, or is a thing, and it stores all those into a little chip. I went into the chip, read the data, blitzed it all, and then now that it's blank, he just kept that unplugged,
Are you trying
and
that
it
other
doesn't matter anymore.
This key's programmed to a different ECU.
What the hell?
Patrick, you're a gangster, dude.
That's so cool.
All right.
Shouts out, Garage Rat Media. Everybody go on to Patreon. Just kidding, we don't have one
I
of
don't
those.
have one. Shit.
Dude, this is programmed to a different ECU. This is programmed to nothing.
Well, none of them are
This is
paired.
straight
That's
from
the point,
China.
right? That the keys themselves don't get programmed to anything. It just takes the value of those and adds them to the computer. So by you doing this, they're never getting added to the computer, and it's just going, sure, why not?
Wait. Another stupid question. The key that you dropped and broke the chip, can you try it? Will it work?
Dude, just
you want to see what's left of the key?
get the one that's just the folding piece without the chip.
Here.
Yeah,
Ready?
watch.
Try it.
What RFID?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no RFID in this.
This is the
I didn't even know if I'm gonna be able to turn it.
watch.
What the?
Immobilizer who?
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna put this back in.
Hey, so it's fixed, right?
Trying to move cars.
Yeah, as much as I enjoy spending, $100 on diesel every week to drive my girlfriend's truck into work,
Because you said the engineers at your work were like, nope, you're screwed.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't even need a chip to start the car?
No,
as long
I
as
don't
it
need
fits
nothing.
As long as it's been blanked out and that cable's not plugged in, you're good as golden.
Yeah, I don't need nothing now. Does
So
everything
somebody,
else work?
okay. Try your power.
Check
safe.
engine lights. Well,
Yeah,
you,
no, everything works. No power, no check engine light. Voltage is cranked. What the hell?
Did you just
What
say
the helly?
lose, like power seats and stuff?
No, that was if I went to like a Japanese ECU, like the Aristo or a Supra, automatic
That's
Supra ECU.
nuts. Okay, I did not think that it was gonna work with the one fucking.
I didn't think it was gonna work with any.
I thought you were gonna have to pair it. I didn't think about the. I didn't think that was
Well,
gonna
that
work.
one guy was just like, yeah, never plug it back in and it'll stay in programming mode forever. Guess what? That dude knew what he was talking about.
Damn. So
Yours.
$20 reader on Amazon,
So,
a hot air station, and a little bit of a little bit.
No, hit up Patrick
that.
at Garage Rat Media and
Yeah. So I guess the real question here is if you need information or you want me to do it.
we're charging $300 a pop.
No, $250. Because it's cheaper than a computer.
250.
250? No. I don't even know if I was to do this for other people, how much I would charge if I would actually.
$1,000.
Yeah, right.
$10,000.
Yeah, right. Ain't nobody. They're just like, nah.
Patrick, just wait till that wire transfer hits, dog. You're buying a new car.
I don't know about that. But
right.
don't know about that. But if you need information, Instagram, Garage Rat Media, I guess hit me up. I can tell you how to do it. Because I'm apparently the 2GS immobilizer hack master now. So now I can officially put it in the title, I hacked a Lexus.
Imagine the Lexus dealership telling you to go help yourself.
Well, and so I told them, I mentioned in the video that they said that they would help you if you bought a new computer, but you can't get a new computer, and the tech stream didn't work, and the master tech said it wouldn't work. All these people said...
Master tech tried and it didn't work.
Yeah.
Well, and then my master tech said it wouldn't work either.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just noticed Toyota, Lexus, all kinds of people. Not to, you know...
Oh, yeah, dude.
Not to...
Pull it out. Where's my... Not me, just me.
Just you. You gonna help me mount some tires and recharge my
Mount
AC?
some tires. I'm gonna buy you a pair of wheels.
Oh, that ain't that much.
You just saved me buying another Lexus, dog. Like, that's how much of an idiot I am.
Let's calm down.
I'm having these issues, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go buy another one
No,
to fix the
literally,
issues.
he found a GS on Marketplace for $1,000, and I was like, well, you might as well just buy it.
So that's crazy that's the options. Like after going through dealer options, going to homie hookups, you have access to TechStream and you couldn't do it. Like you have to pull the chip off the board with some Chinese part reader and then put in a bunch of zeros and hit right and then put it back in just to get the car to do anything. So that's like the craziest part about this platform, I guess.
Next on Garage Rats.
Yeah, next time on Garage Rats, Dad gets a new battery and
Shit, I need to order new tires tonight because the
and
camera
front tires.
You
Hey,
know,
now
I
you know
wasn't
you can
expecting
spend money
this to
on
happen,
this.
so I just spent a bunch of money on the 240. Guess what?
Yeah, well.
And now I gotta pay Patrick $6,000.
No, the only thing I need help with is
Mounting tires ain't
my
shit, dog.
my
That's
wheels.
the least I can do
I have
for
new
you.
wheels coming in tomorrow. I just need to get those swapped.
All right.
And then when I get the AC stuff going, I just need help recharging.
All right, I got you on that. Great.
It's jeez, just whoa. That's why you never turn the camera off. You had a cicada living in your.
I swatted him as if he wasn't flying in my face. What the fuck was that? He's like, oh yeah. you want to make dumbass noises? Patrick, I can't believe this.
I can't either.
Like
I'm baffled as you.
Like, I get to go buy. I can buy whatever key I want. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go buy a Toyota key just to be an idiot.
Doc, you could go get one of those
Toyota.
screwdriver keys now.
I'm gonna go buy a key for a Toyota Yaris, and I'm gonna say, cut this for my Lexus.
No,
All
go
right.
get a Mercedes key.
Yo, I wonder if the see, but the spade.
Well, yeah, if you get a folder one and it's the same pivot, then you could swap the folder.
Yeah, true. Or even just like if I can get the whole key.
Dude, if you could,
What if a Volkswagen key would be the same cut? I have a Volkswagen.
I don't know about that.
That is the same spade.
Yo. We're just being dumb now.
It's a little different. Never mind.
But yeah, that's gonna end it here. And then tomorrow I got new stuff coming in, so we'll pick it back up tomorrow when I bring you my wheels.
Some hot boy shit.
The rest of the hot boy shit.
Hot boy shit.
We're just gonna do a quick recap on this video and then we're gonna end it here. If you're gonna try this at home, hot air station, an EZP 2019 Plus, works Windows 11, soldering iron, some desoldering wick, flux, and a pair of tweezers, and you should be good to do this yourself. Like I said, I'll put the thing in the description so you can follow the guide if you have a one of these cars that has this issue. Like I said, in this video, we specifically covered the 98 to 2002 Toyota GS300, but the example shows a Solara. So you can pretty much do the same thing, which is remove the chip, place it in a reader, zero out the data per the guide. The guide's the one that explained all this. From there, you just write it and put it back on the board and you're good to go. If If you have any questions, you can reach out to me. That's at Garage Rat Media on Instagram. You can leave a comment below. But if this helped you, hit subscribe, because it took me about a week of dabbling with this, and I already had some precursor of knowledge of it. So yeah, if it helps you, hit subscribe. This is what this channel is all about, is fixing stuff on our own and not relying on dealerships to, you know, not help us at all when you pay them money to. On that note, I do have another video already in the works, so you'll see that next week. Thanks for watching.